Housing crisis solutions, new strategies to empower Land Development Agency. The housing crisis is a pressing issue that's on everyone's mind, and now, there's a renewed push from the government to empower the Land Development Agency, LDA, to tackle this challenge head-on. State bodies are being urged to expedite the sale of land to the LDA, with exciting proposals on the table that could allow the agency to ramp up the construction of private housing alongside its focus on social and affordable homes. As concerns about housing output grow, senior officials are gearing up to discuss how to reform the LDA's mandate. The goal? To significantly increase the number of homes being built. Currently, the LDA is primarily focused on developing social and affordable housing on large sites. But there's a growing sentiment among some government members that it's time to diversify and include more private housing in these projects. Frustration is mounting over the slow pace at which land is being transferred to the LDA from various state bodies. Many believe that the process is dragging on too long, hampered by a lack of cooperation and excessive conditions tied to land transfers. This is a critical bottleneck that needs addressing if we want to see more homes built. At an upcoming Cabinet Subcommittee meeting on housing, officials will delve into the challenges the LDA faces in acquiring sites from commercial state bodies. The agency currently lacks the authority to compel these bodies to sell land, which complicates matters. A prime example of this sluggish progress is the ongoing land transfer at Leopardstown, controlled by Horse Racing Ireland, where delays have become a significant concern. Some sources suggest that implementing statutory time frames for land transfers could be a potential solution. The LDA has already identified 32 publicly owned sites that could yield up to 15,000 new homes over the next 7 years. This is a promising start, but there's a strong belief among Fine Gael members that the LDA could achieve even more if its powers were expanded. Taoiseach Simon Harris has recently urged his ministers to prioritise housing proposals that can make a real impact on home delivery. Taoiseach Michael Martin has emphasised that housing is the defining social issue of our time. He pointed to the establishment of a new Strategic Housing Activation Office and a dedicated division within the Department of Public Expenditure focused on infrastructure, as steps in the right direction. However, the opposition has raised eyebrows over the expected salary for the government's choice to lead this new office, often referred to as the Housing Tsar. The coalition is eyeing Brendan McDonough, the chief executive of NAMA, for the role, with expectations that he would maintain his hefty annual salary of €430,000. Government insiders are keen for the LDA to fulfill its original mission, to make the best use of state lands for new housing developments, and to foster collaboration between the public and private sectors. There's a sense of urgency to understand why the LDA hasn't delivered as much as anticipated so far. In addition, the Cabinet Subcommittee on Infrastructure is set to meet soon, where Minister for Public Expenditure Jack Chambers will inform ministers about the imminent appointment of personnel to the new infrastructure division in his department. The government is determined to identify and eliminate obstacles to project delivery. To aid this effort, a review of international best practices is underway, looking at successful models from other common law countries, including the UK and various US states like Texas and California. The International Monetary Fund and the OECD will also be consulted to ensure a comprehensive approach. This review, expected to be completed by June, will not only address planning and legal issues, but also tackle administrative burdens and EU requirements. Additionally, the committee will explore the ambitious MetroLink project planned for North Dublin, which holds the potential to support the construction of over 30,000 homes along its route. With these discussions and initiatives in motion, there's hope that we can finally make strides in addressing the housing crisis and provide the homes that so many people desperately need.